John Foster has finally returned to the studio, and he is giving American Idol viewers a sneak peek of the professional opportunities that are currently available to him. The country music artist became well known in early 2025 after he competed in the 23rd season of the ABC television show. Since his second-place finish, behind Jamal Roberts, John has been making appearances throughout the country. It appears as though he may have a fresh trick up his sleeve, even though he has also released new tracks over the summer. John posted a picture of himself inside a recording booth on Instagram on September 4. During this time, he did not go into great detail regarding the specifics of his most recent period of time in the studio. Nevertheless, he did reassure supporters that it would include something that they would be enthusiastic about. He addressed the question, "Can any of you take a guess as to what I am doing right now?" in the caption. Here's a hint, it involves country music. The content has been imported from Instagram. It is possible that the same material is available in a different format, or that additional information can be found on their website. Because John requested that his followers attempt to determine what kind of new project he is working on, a number of people offered some educated ideas. There is no drama that the fandom of American Idol is unfamiliar with, but when John Foster, a finalist from season 20, posted a mysterious message on Instagram last week, the internet was immediately abuzz with conjecture. With just one photograph, the 24-year-old singer-songwriter, who is known for his voice full of emotion and his boyish charisma, set off a frenzy among his followers. It was a black and white picture of an empty stage with a microphone, and the caption was the cryptic phrase, "The silence is loud." There is something approaching. In just a few hours, the message garnered hundreds of likes, comments, and shares as friends and followers rushed to figure out what it meant. Is Foster hinting to the release of new music? A comeback on American Idol? Or perhaps something completely different from both of those options? There is one thing that is for sure. The anticipation among members of the Idol community is palpable. The journey of Foster on American Idol in 2022 captured the attention of audiences from the very beginning. He auditioned for the show with a poignant version of Let It Go by James Bay, garnering a standing ovation from the judges Carrie Underwood, Luke Bryan, and Lionel Richie. He was originally from a tiny town in Tennessee. "You have a voice that tells a story," Carrie said to him. Richie, on the other hand, prophesied, "You're going to touch hearts with that gift." Foster's performances, which blended the musical genres of soul, pop, and country, propelled him to the top 10, where his emotional delivery and relatable persona made him a favorite among fans. Despite his failure to emerge victorious, Noah Thompson took home the title. Foster departed from the show with a devoted fan base and a record deal. After Idol, Foster remained pretty low-key, releasing a few singles and performing at small venues while dropping hints about a debut album. He had been posting less updates on his social media accounts in the past few months, which formerly featured behind-the-scenes looks at his music-making process. This caused some of his followers to become concerned that he had pulled back from the public eye. His most recent post on Instagram landed with the impact of a thunderbolt, which is why it was so impactful. The stark imagery and ambiguous title ignited a flurry of thoughts. Followers swarmed the comments area with queries and speculations. Is this song a new single release? Would it be an album? Are you kidding me? A tour? One admirer exclaimed, "There is another theory that posits that he will return to Idol in the role of a guest performer. There is no way that this is random." Foster's tweet has a mysterious quality that is in line with a trend that is becoming more prevalent among artists who utilize social media to generate anticipation for their work. In a time when followers yearn for a sense of connection, a single post has the ability to spark weeks of conversation. "The silence is loud" implies that there is a period of preparation or reflection. But "Something's Coming" predicts that a huge disclosure is on the horizon. However, what might it be? Fans have been analyzing every last aspect, ranging from the black and white filter, a homage to classic artistry or a sad mood, to the microphone, a hint of his return to music. There were even a few people who drew attention to the timestamp, which read 2:22 a.m., and speculated as to whether or not it carried any numerological significance. On an American Idol fan forum, a Reddit member posted the following comment: "There is no way that John is this deliberate and that this is just a coincidence. He is concealing his true intentions, or perhaps he is working on a secret project." According to one prevalent hypothesis, Foster is making preparations for the release of the record that he has been working on for a long time. During his time on Idol, he gave a clue that he was working on original music, and his singles that were released after the show, such as the contemplative ballad Chasing Dreams, demonstrated his ability to write words that people could relate to. The enigmatic post may indicate that the long-awaited full-length project is finally going to be released, as fans have been yearning for it for quite some time. One of the supporters tweeted, "I'm losing it if this is an announcement for an album." John's voice is something that should be heard in all places and by all people. There are some people who assume that he might be collaborating with a famous star, citing recent photographs of him in Nashville studios where musicians like Carrie Underwood and Keith Urban have recorded. A comeback to American Idol is another possibility. Season 24 is scheduled to begin airing in early 2026, which means that there is a possibility that Foster will make a guest appearance, perform a new track, or perhaps act as a mentor for participants. Alumni such as Kelly Clarkson and Adam Lambert are examples of the show's history of bringing back fan favorites. A comment from one fan read, "Imagine John performing on the Idol stage once again. It would be the completion of a cycle." There are even some people who are curious about whether or not he is currently negotiating a position as a member of the panel of judges. However, this seems to be less likely due to his current emphasis on his profession as a performing artist. Nonetheless, the notion of Foster returning to the spotlight of Idol has fans abuzz with nostalgia. Theories do not always lend themselves to such a simple explanation. There are other admirers who think that Foster could be addressing his own issues, digging deep into the somber aesthetic of the post. He talked candidly about his struggles with self-doubt and the pressure he felt to meet expectations, which were obstacles he encountered along the way on his path to become an idol. The phrase "the silence is loud" could allude to a period of contemplation or even a journey through poor mental health, with Something's Coming serving as a signal of a triumphant comeback. "His silence of late is rather concerning," one fan wrote on X. This gives the impression that he is on the verge of divulging something of a personal nature. A project or song that is based on the same honesty that is the foundation of Foster's appeal would resonate powerfully with his fans, since his vulnerability has always been a part of his charm. As is the case with the internet, there is a multitude of more outlandish notions circulating. Some followers humorously suggested that Foster might be starting a surprise acting career, citing the dramatic lighting in the photograph as evidence. Others speculated that he might be preparing to make an appearance on a reality television show, or even to make a pivot to a different genre, such as gospel or R&B. There are a few fanatics on fan forums who have even speculated that they might be secretly engaged, although there is no proof to corroborate that. One commentator laughed, saying, "This is John Foster we're talking about here. He might release a country music CD or make a cameo appearance in a romantic comedy, and I would be there to support him." There is no doubt about the enthusiasm of the people who support Foster. Foster's down-to-earth personality has helped to solidify the connection that fans have with American Idol, which has the special capacity to generate stars who feel like members of the family. His message on Instagram, which is as ambiguous as it is, has rekindled that connection, reminding admirers of the reasons that they fell in love with him. According to one fan, John has this ability to make you feel as though he is performing just for you when he sings. Whatever plans he has in store, they are going to be epic. The excitement is almost tangible, with hashtags such as #JohnFosterComeback and #What'sNextJohn trending across various platforms. While the conjecture persists, Foster has kept quiet, allowing the post to speak by itself. This strategic maneuver simply serves to heighten the anticipation, as supporters eagerly anticipate the next piece of evidence. Will the new single be released at midnight tonight? Is this a notice about a tour, or something that nobody has foreseen? Regardless of what it actually is, Foster's cryptic Instagram post has served its purpose by getting the American Idol community to discuss, speculate, and eagerly await its release. John Foster is a vocalist who has demonstrated his ability to command the stage with his music and mystery, even if he previously stood hesitantly before the judges, expecting to get a golden ticket.